Wewa kakuba katonyeredde tukalabye ndowooza kategeeza mukisa. Wewa mbaniriza nnyo ku MwasuzeMutya. My name is Stella Nante. Bannange MwasuzeMutya eyo muli mutya mukuliko eyo nnyo mu weekend. Eddakiika 11 ezakayita ku saa 3 ez'okumakya. Era ng'olunaku olwaleero sigenda barisaayo omugenyi nga bwe twamutimbye era nga bwe bwamusaba because twateekayo QR code ne tubagamba mutubulire abantu omwagala okulaba ku program. And most of you said, you know what, mutuleetere ku Tinde. Tubuulireko Janiya, tubuulireko ebintu byakoze, twagala okumanya obulamu bwe, tumulaba ali ku stage naye kati twagala mumanya deeply. And guess what, she's in studio tonight, oba olunaku olwaleero this morning. Tugenda kubanga twogera naye tumanye olugendo lwe biki byabadde akola. Mwali mukimanyi nti Tindi yayimbako oluyimba. Actually she was signed under East African Records. I think that's a record label yali managing by then Naziz. Yeah, that was the record label. And she's a stage performer. Of course, she's part of Fun Factory. When I say Tindi, mwina mukimanyi nti kati yona atuse. Alright, tugenda kwa tutegeera olugendo lwe gyenvuddewe n'ebirala ebimukwatako olunaku olwaleero. My name is Stella Nante, MwasuzeMutya. All right, yeah, still welcome back. Okay, this is the first segment. Tuina Tinde Veronica Mustafa. Veronica Mustafa ogenda tunyonyola ebyo ebintu bigombi amanya kwegategeeza nengo nako right mu studio. She's multilinguistic. Yono omukyala ayogera ennimi ennyingi ennyo, ayogera Oluzungu, Oluganda, Oluswahili, Olunyankole, and one of my favorite characters waba ku stage wali ku Fun Factory because I'm a big fan of Fun Factory comedy, and you know, this is one of the, I don't know, cleanest comedy group, like to comedy wabo ali very clean, tabawemula tebakola ki bantu babaddewo, they've stood the test of time, but what content buli Thursday they give us new content. Tebaddanga mu jokes. You guys have never repeated jokes. Tebawemula, it is clean. You can go there with your children. It's a family sort of thing. So, olunaku olwaleero Tindi mwali mu studio. Ennimi zonna zayogera bannange. Kwaniriza nnyo ku MwasuzeMutya Tindi.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. It's nice to have you. Omanyi ndwawo nnyo okubeera kumpi n'abantu abansinga obulungi. But yeah, I'm glad. In other words, ogamba thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Tindi.
Thank you.
You look so beautiful. I don't know mtu ngayakusemberedde. Wano bakulabye eri ku stage.
Kamera tezinjagala.
Bakulabye eri ku stage waggulu.
Munsuukeko mulabe. You are beautiful. Yes, but thank you for having me. I'm really glad.
Yeah. Okay, kati abantu nga bwe twakuteekayo baali beetegese era beetegese right now okumanya ebikwatako ebingi ennyo away from stage, away from all that. Naye tugenda kwogera of course ku bulamu bwa theatre, radio,
yes,
family and everything. Tindi Veronica Mustafa.
Yes.
Veronica Mustafa.
Tebikwatagana, right?
Bikwatagana.
Omu katule kye mulaba musiraamu, right?
Nenga muntu omu.
Naye nga muntu y'omu. Tindi-chebwa lyaki? Ly'Abafirika.
Okay.
So let me explain it to you. And I've always had abantu nga beemulugunye eyo. Veronica Mustafa ate kijja kitya. Mwabalowooza Mustafa linnya lya bba wange, bambe si lya bba wange. Linnya lyange.
Yes.
So I got it from my great-grandfather.
Okay.
In Tanzania, they name their kids, and it's either girls or whatever. They don't really mind about the whole male masculine names and whatever. If you've been to Tanzania, most of you have against Tanzania. So Mustafa lyali linnya lya my great-grandfather.
Okay.
And Veronica was given to me also by, of course, some of my relatives in TZ. But how we got the Mustafa name is because oku trading before, when you're doing coastal trading, bali bakola a lot of trading. So chabangwira knew if you are of Muslim, of Muslim background. So we're converting from Catholics to Muslims. Okay. That is how we got the Mustafa name. Siria Bawange.
Yeah, that is how you are. Okay.
That is how the Veronica Mustafa comes. Originally we were Catholic, converted to Islam, so the name was passed down to the children, grandchildren.
Great-grandchildren. Okay. Well, no, tukitegedde bulungi nnyo. Kale, unategedeko emabegaawo nti daddy is Norwegian American.
Yeah, my
Tindi, we don't deserve you.
You don't deserve me. You people, you just don't deserve me. I'm not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to.
Suffering.
They are fighting for you the other side.
Yes.
We can't let you go.
Yeah, my father, my stepfather, is Norwegian American, who found out later also that he has German, with a German descent. Yeah. So, yeah, yankuza, yansomesa. Sajajali ali muyenga wadde kati akadiye abamumanyi bamumanyi. He was the proprietor of Uganda Change Agent Association. Yali ku Rashid Kamisa ne Madam Maggie Chigozi, I think, was part of a patron there. No muchala Nora Owaraga, she took over after my father retired. Then I think she also retired when yakajigenze bantu bakula. So yeah, that is, he's called Mr. Stanley Walter Baki. Yes.
Yebale kukuza.
Yeah, I'm very grateful.
Amina. Oli mwana akumeka.
Kuchabana bakumeka wankulimbe chi. I didn't grow up with my family, by my Tanzanian family, my biological side. Okay. I didn't. Nali mulongo, ne mulongo wange yabuka.
Oh, you were mulongo.
Yes. Then nze mama wange yafa anzala. Yafa nga nine nnaku 5. So basically samumanya nnyo. Then I was raised by the time omuntu yankuza yafumbirwa ono tata wange omuzungu. Naye she's also deceased. She was called Rose Mustafa, but she's also deceased now. So nkuze nono mwami okuva mu buto ya ndabidde yakoze buli kimu, so abadde part of my life. Tanzania, I go once in a while. Nali ngendayo once in a while, but of course, because you have to know where you come from. So nagenda ngayo once in a while. Nayenga n'Oluswahili nalinga pye.
I'm
a Zinza by tribe. A Zinza aba Tanzania. Yes, we are Zinzas.
Bebali wabo, bebali ku costi, bebali
no, bebali in the north. Katfe faba choli be Tanzania, because we're in the northern part, in Mwanza. So Mwanza, Sengerema, Kasisa County, Buchosa Village. Wow. I want to run for MP.
From that side?
Yeah, that side. So anyway, I'm a Zinza by tribe from Tanzania. Yes.
Okay. Katuwano mukula raising you. Did you come immediately to Uganda or what is part of it?
No,
in
Tanzania? I've not grown up in Tanzania. Nze nkuze nono tata wange ono Stanbaki. Yes, Uganda, Eweru, so Uganda I started here. Nasomera mu Uganda from my primary. Nagenda ko Nakasero. Of course nenkola empisa embi.
Empisa embi ezo oli mwana mulalu muzibu.
Nali mwana mulalu era nkyali mulalu teba kulimba.
Of course.
So
Bishimira walinga okulebya eddalu
kusoma.
Nedda nino.
Nedda mukwana.
Bibagala okumanya bano.
Bino ebintu bijja kundeetako ebizibu.
Nedda.
Abaana bange saagala babitegeere. They think I'm upright.
I know.
Yeah. Yes. So nagenda ku Nakasero. Then nenve Nakasero nengenda Lohana. Nengenda Hillside. Hillside nenvayo nengenda Namasagali, nenve Namasagali nengenda Aga Khan. Nenva Aga Khan nenzirayo ku Hillside. Yeah, so
okay. Mu school journey eyo walinga oli masomero ago from primary to the university. Obulamu bw'essomero bwo bwali butya?
I really did not have any difficulty. Okujjako nze kennyini. Nga nze difficult. Abasoma nange bajja babule. Bana sikulimba. Nze abasoma nange. Okimanyi? Bwe nali Namasagali omanyi mwami Kwezi Kaganda.
Yes,
mwe tuzanya naye.
Yes, mumanyi.
Kati mwami Kwezi Kaganda oyo yali musomesa wange. So the first day I reported to school in Namasagali. Ndaba omusajja ate naye enyambala yali tetegeerekeka ayambadde we nasookera ddala okulaba damaged jeans. Naye ate zize tezaali damaged. They were rags.
Wow.
Kiri kyali kisiibuula.
There was a difference.
There was a difference between damage and rags. Bana ajja kunsonyiwa naye omanyi sino wanoona nga bituli ayina akabaga ke.
Ninga musomesa.
Yali musomesa yes, ayina akabaga ke. yajja obu mu compound kinga ajja class yaffe nga akasigala yatuuka outside the class n'akazikiza. So nemugamba, excuse me sir, can I have a cigarette? Nze nali my student. Nangamba, what?
Nga oli mu class kyawe watyawo?
Kya kirasi si kye kisinga obukulu.
Naye nga wali mu ssomero, wali
tuli mu ssomero. Kikulu ntino nali mu ssomero. So saagala abantu babala emyaka. So nangamba, do you understand that I'm a teacher here? Well, I didn't know you're a teacher, but I just asked you for a cigarette. I saw you smoke, and I smoke. Can I please have one? So Kati when I tell you as a difficult person, not the schools,
Okay. Were you active with music, dance, drama?
Yeah. In Namasagali, I think that is where they first saw that I had quite a talent. So Jina Soka, Ujeba Sokira Dara, Father Grimes. This young lady actually has some very good talent. So I think I was among one of the people that was always leading the place that we had. Twina places a man whether we bring to the theaters, we'll take to different schools, So yes, Nazanyangako Patse Singer is a main character. Republic of Femini was one of the most famous ones.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay. Naye nga wano wonna bakuleka abaana, like they let you take the lead.
You had no choice but to let me take the lead.
Because of your talent. You stand out.
You stand out. When you're good at something and you give it your all and you have passion for it, automatically omuntu aba akiraba. Ekitegeera omuntu aba amanyi nti no kati ono yasana party no ono yasana kukola kino ono yasana. There are so many people who would want to be hosting like you. Now they might have the looks, they might have the whatever, but not sijawe. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, bwekyatambula bwekityo tebakubako migo.
Emigo nze bandi emigo mpaka bwe bakowa Father Grimes yankubanga nakowa kati buli bwandaba nga buli week.
Yes.
I am among the people being caned. Nagamba nedda. Kati ono omuwala tugenda muwa ki? Tugenda muwa post. A post is, you know what a post is?
Yes.
Namba kati ngoyo mukuba ate ngoyo mulaba. Mwara mugezi. I'm a very smart child. From my academics one, I had no problems with that or whatever. I can testify, my teachers can testify. Have I lied? I was a clever child, I was just stubborn.
Yeah, I know.
So, agamba katumuwe post.
Yeah.
Kafuukeko kati nze baali bankubira nnyo kino ekintu kyasigala era ngena kiddamu ekyasigala ekyo. So nampa post nga nze nina okukwata abanywa sigala.
Ono bakwata oba omugamba sokompe tijja kukoloopa.
You have answered it perfectly. Era nabagamba nga if you don't have a cigarette for me, I'm reporting you. Mbukati batambulanga ne
smoke together behind the building.
Batambulanga wano bagamba kati zino za Tindi watukwata za. Yeah.
So oyiga otya okuyingira? Okay.
Emize. Ejasigala.
Yes.
Well, one, peer pressure. Then ekirala nze muzeyi wange wadde sigala yamuvaako after a very long battle with it. Yamuvaako but yali amunywa ewaka. Yeah, in his room, in the house. Kati atajjukira bano abazungu. Tamala gayingira room y'omwana. Ayina okusaba permission okuyingira room y'omwana. And half the time he used to travel a lot, he used to, you know, like he was always regional or he was abroad or whatever. Kati bwe yali nga anywanga sigara, nga nange mu room yange nzigulawo eddinisa nenkola ki? Nengezaako. So obwentyo naye ate kyatandikira mu peer pressure bino ebyakusomero then eno bwe najja ewaka nenfuka star. Enfoca cerebro, yeah, but yes. So it's not a good habit, and that I cannot. It is one of the things that I've been fighting. So it is a very expensive habit. It expensive in all mannerism, health-wise, pocket-wise, so I'm proud about it. I'm talking about it because I know it happens.
Yeah, and you're telling people that it's wrong.
Yes, I'm talking about it because it happens, and I've seen abana abanji. Inakuzuno ndabanyo abana. Wanye je tutambulira oluusi nga nawe yagala kufitinga mu zibandali rice simanya wa. No sanga abana bato. Abana the age of my children. Bali mushisha. They have no idea what they are doing. Chitege nzo omuntu omukulu olaba ntuse kweno point naye nkawe ekintu kimega mukama singa omfulinde eddagala. And I've tried, of course, with you. It takes your will. It has to do with the will. Abantu bayinza okugamba tukole kino tukole kino naye obanga you have no will and no zeal ekyo kyerabire.
Okay. Nsaba advising ekoe bazadde and both kids. Those who are doing it in school will get deco. What should the parents do to make sure that omwana muyamba mungere mobendala kwanga lumukambwalira ne yongera atobinyo
nanti kyekyo kati one thing about our African parenting kiri wekiti omwana omukanga nnyo omwana n'omutisanyo the parent comes omwana tasobola opening up okwogera naawe nakugamba mami ABCD oba daddy ABCD. We have seen that happening. Nga daddy as long as he has provided food, as long as muri kusomero ebyo atayagala kumanya. Talk to your mom about ABCDFG. Nga abana bamanyi daddy is just a man of the house. He's the head of the house. But they will have no relationship.
He's not a friend.
He's not a friend. But I don't want you to be friends with your children. You see, that's where people get it. Be a parent to your child.
First
Be a parent to your child before you become a friend to your child. Because that's where people get it wrong.
Because that line, but must be a parent to your child, and then we see the friendship later.
Yes.
Yeah, katumulemu katono nyo wetukomawo katuyingire mu Tindi emirimu gy'abadde akola right now giyimiridde gitya biki byaliko plan kigyaliko and also of course other things. Kale tovaawo tukomawo. All right, thank you so much. Tuli mu segment ya kubiri tukyali ne Tindi. Yes, abasinga mumulabye nnyo mu Fun Factory. Gyali eyo gyazanyira, and she does so many other things. Actually, first moment when musanza agambye, yeah, actually ngenda ne mu studio. Ndoza wava wano gyagenda okugenda. Kati abadde batamanyi nti Sindi munange. Am I saying Cindy? Tindi ayimba. Yes, she's here. Agenda kubira mu studio. She's hitting the studio for her song. Aina oliyimba oragendo kwa kubanga ayimba ni collaborating n'abantu abamu. Agenda batugamba kawo maso. Na yenga we are excited apart from seeing you on stage. Twaka tukulaba Tindi nga ali mu kuyimba. That is such imagining. but we can't wait for the song. We're gonna be tugamba byonna. Okay, wano ennimi ezenjawulo Tindi zoyogera. Oluswayiri, Oluzungu, Oluganda, Olunyankole, waziyiga otya? Waziyigira mu ssomero?
Well, the English, of course, is automatic.
Yeah.
English is automatic.
Yeah.
Well, most of them were school, and because I had interest. Kati Olunyankole olwo era Mr. Quiz Kaganda yasooka okunjigiriza Olunyankole enabasagali. Naye siri musonyiwa. Because bye yanjigiriza mu Lunyankole waliwo oluyimba lwe yanjigiriza sijja luyimbayo for betterment of people's ears. Kati nanjigiriza oluyimba nensanyuka nnyo. For first time njogedde Olunyankole nnyimba mu Lunyankole nenzirayo kati during holidays. Nagenda I had some friends of mine Banyankole ne mbayimbiramu. Bantunuulira butulizo bwe bati.
Okay.
Yes, it's Lunyankole, but what the hell is wrong with you? Anyway, yes. Yeah. So that is, how I learned, and I would hang around. I had so many friends from different regions in Uganda. Ate nechirala tata wange yo yatambulanga nnyo. I think there's no corner of Uganda that white man does not know. Teri. because his work entailed him to go up, you know, in the rural areas because they're doing rural developmental things. So holidays natambulanga naye. So that is how I know most of these places in Uganda that even some Ugandans don't know about. You know, there's a lot of domestic tourism out there. So natambulanga naye nyo during holidays. Then also mikwano jange, like from school, and I have an ear. Not everybody can learn languages. Yes, because I've seen a couple of friends of mine who I've been with for years. You're just interested Gina. Interest in Gina. So that is how I learned all these languages. And then also Alur, because most people ask me, how do you know Alur? Alur from Pakwach.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from Pakwach. Kati Alur, because we lived in Pakwach for 5 years. This is the time my father was working there. So being the kid that I was, who was interested in languages and speaking, so that's how I learned Alur. Swahili, when I used to go to Tanzania for holidays, Kulaba family, yes, I got an interest. I picked it up, and then also I had a tutor that wange yandeeteranga omuntu anjigiriza era banjigiriza Olufaransa, Germany, Swahili. Yes, that is how I got to know this other language. The local languages, of course, from traveling and friends, having friends, and just having the interest to learn. Yeah.
Alur ansanyusiza.
Alur.
So kogireri nyero nowebaza n'abantu okutulaba ku interview. Speaking in Alur.
Abantu basasula okujja kundabanga nkole nina talantes. Nedda mukwano nange ndi blanze.
Kale food or water.
If you want to eat, it's charm. To charm. Charm is to eat.
Charm.
Water is pee.
Pee.
Turowoza bidala pee is just water. Ewinyo. Pewinyo. Yeah?
I don't know why you can only me. Ne expression era nabo akolaza abali. Expression ne tonation na bichi.
Just bali bantu ba Kaluba. Kaluba, but they're very lovely people. Yeah. Very lovely.
Okay. I know chirunji. I think it's a beautiful thing to have different languages.
It's good for you. Exposure is something abantu cheba underlooking. Yeah. The more you expose, the more you learn how to value people's cultures. The more you learn how to value life, because life rotates around culture and identity. So identity yange wobanga gojizarawa, definitely there's 1, 2, 3 things that you're missing. Wachitegeera. Naye bwebanga amanyi nti no culture y'abastere eri bweti ne bweti. Nga bweni ne yange bweti ne bweti. I need to learn how to value because that is their identity and they hold it strongly. Kati omuntu okujja setalina kye mungamba nakowa mundeetera wano okuganda. Wachitegeera. You are being, first of all, disrespectful. Secondly, that's ignorance.
Yes.
So, motally ignorant, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're basically.
Okay. Tata no ugambye tata mzungu na ye tiyakwerabiza yo culture gwenga go mwana mutakawano yabikolanga ate okumeka sure nti you know culture zombi oziyiga dali iyo you don't forget it.
Nagenda nga bwe nakunyonyodde byantwalanga buli holiday when there was a gap to travel. I would travel either Christmas time, or if I'm not going to Norway, I'm going to Tanzania. I'm knowing my people. So nange when I grew up, of course, nange ngenda yo nembajjayo nembalete Uganda. Mama mujje mulabe jembeera jenkulidde nawo ne basanyuka. You understand? So it's not about forgetting where you come from. I love where I come from. Era buli omu buli bwampita Tindi omanya abasinga balooza ndi Munyankole. Abalala balooza nveeri wa neighbor waffe oli omuwanvu. Naye akyalemiddeko. Anyway, so I am a Tanzanian, a Zinza by tribe.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Tindi. kati omuntu agamba kati zizo ennimi oziyiga n'ozoogera bulungi nnyo because nkola ne ku stage. Sometimes you act as an Indian and then you cannot speak maybe Indian, what Indians speak, but then even the way
the accent eyo yajja etya ey'oluyindi, and knowing some of those the Gujarati words. Nali twali tubeera bwe twava Kawukune tujja ne tutandika okubeera e Buganda Road. Waliwo ezo flats zaali bbiri baali bazita zi Gordon Court flats. Era kati oba zaafuuka bank or something. So Gordon Court flats nga mulimu abayindi. Taata wange yalimu ng'omuzungu yekka, nze nalimu ng'omufirika nzekka. Abasigadde baali bayindi. So that is how, you know, so that is how the whole Indian accent came. They went to school as well. They are friends of mine. When afuna waliwo mbali bamwita Tahira Malkan. Tahira njagala nnyo. Nga njigiriza n'ennyimba z'abayindi. Nino n'oluyimba lw'abayindi lwemmanyi. Word for word, by the way.
Are you for real?
Word for word.
Basi bw'ogimpa tindinga.
Kuweyo sample.
Yes.
Ati lwagenda ngoti tu cheese birdie hey master tu cheese birdie hey master mochi ho ho tera doshi mari doshi nam mari nam kam. It's Gujarati, so I learned from Tahira.
Word for word.
Word for word. But because nali nina emikwano mingi abayindi musomero, even my best friend, childhood best friend, is now a very big man. He owns a shea butter company in Lira. He's called Jagdeep Singh. So nali nina abakwano banji nnyo banji.
Muskati nga tugenda kuva ku bulambu essomero wanonga oyo in school. Going with dad ngazo kuchalira. How did you, like, I don't know, did the students want to be your friend because your dad is white and you're
but most of the people where I went to, the schools I went to, most of the children, they had white fathers, so there was nothing. There was nothing special.
Okay, Nakasero.
Nakasero twali mixed. We had very many biracial children. So it wasn't something new. Ate Nakasero nali sereb. Mbuza ntya kakati best friend wange omwe baali bamuyita Esteri. Esteri omumanyi mugurwa mwala basali msale
yali best friend
fete twalianga bijanjalo byammwe na twalianga bon appétit. Ash get down.
I don't deserve yours.
You don't deserve me. Even the schools don't deserve me. Anyway, okay. So yeah. But we had so many biracial children. It wasn't something that was unique. Yeah.
Okay, speaking of food, kati mmere omanyi ogifumbe koza abantu be Tanzania basi kabatungu
fetuli ba
buto teka ejirimu lita 5 zino okugwa wali
naye ate temutu zala wanyo. Okay, but I do good food.
Yeah, you know
how much? Yes, I do good food. Those who have tasted my food know it.
Yeah.
I also have I have an entity that I'm running. Mfumba Mede. Okay. Yeah. So they know.
Tino kutubulirako that entity because people would love to come
and
eat from your place.
Why not?
But you tabatia.
It is called Zinza.
Zinza. All the way. Back to the roots now.
Yes, it's called Zinza. Yeah, Buzige.
Okay. Zinza.
Yeah.
Okay. Kata tuja kuja tukuwagire. Kale, tugende mu acting now. Stage performance and everything. Fun factor joining otya. Kwa uli musomero you were acting and everything?
Yes.
When you went out, what was that first gig or first group that you joined, Charlie Chitya?
Actually, acting was not my first. My first gig. I did other gigs before, but nothing related to theatre or performance or nothing completely different. Kati joining a Fun Factory eyo.
Those are the things we are in field business.
Yeah, business. It was strictly business. Nali neduka kumukwana kid. I used to sell crafts and stuff. So I would go to Masai Mara Market, Nairobi, Ngansubra, Nendeta, and so jena sokere. So kwano gwange bamuita Daniel Tiseka, muganda wa Simon Beskalema. So Daniel Seka was my very, very good friend. I passed by Eriku Gondi TLC. Waliwo group y'abaana who do exactly what I think would make you happy. kozi nzo nsesa buli bwenkulaba buli butwaberanga nga teneka bajinisa ebinyo ebya bbulu ne tubiteeka kungulu. So that is how nagamba no, try it out.
Ng'akimanyi bino ebintu by'obyagala by'okuzannya ebyokwakitinga everything nenga tobikolanga tonnaba bikola
professionally nga sinabikola. Yes. So nankwata ku mukono nagamba Tindi no ngina kutwala oba oyagala oba toyagala nze eno group ogenda gijoininga. You can manage it. And to my surprise group gye yali antutteko abasinga nasoma nabo. Nasoma ne Frobisha Lwanga, nasoma ne Kwezi Kaganda, yali musomesa wange. Nasoma ne Gerard Rutaro.
What?
Nga mwe bali mu group.
It's a small world.
Yes.
Were you shocked like how
exactly
happened?
Yes. So it's fate. Katonda yali ayogerera mu oyo. It's fate. Basically, there are some things that are very unexplainable.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yes. Katonda abeera n'ebintu bye.
Kati awo n'otandikira ddala tewadda mabega awo.
Sadda mabega because passion nali njiina ate ng'ekintu nkyagala ate si bya pistol. You come when you want. Of course there are some rules that were there structured, but it is not something that you had to be uptight with. Yeah.
Okay, first performance yo abantu bakusiimirawo.
First performance, it was just incredible. Kati nali nkyali ne Philip Luswata nga tukyali mu Theatre Factory. And I was just overwhelmed. Nazanya the first performance nazanya nga akaana akato. Waliwo character gye nali nkulanga omwana omuto. Then of course when I grew out of it, and najja na join akansi mene kama kati oyo ani yabeeranga azanya eby'abaana nange nkuze. So
ate ne wetukulanga ozanya ng'omwana wali ku Fun Factory. My goodness, you can think it's a little kid.
Yeah. Okay. So my first performance nali nzanya nga akaana.
Okay.
And everybody was so overwhelmed. What? How someone that mature pull it off? And so yeah, they were so excited and they wanted to see more of me. And of course the then our MD, who was Philip, was also excited. So yeah, I joined just like that. Yeah.
Have you been part of any other acting group or whatever since Fun Factory? I
have been with Fun Factory for 20 years. So this is going to be a 21st year.
In those 20 years.
I don't cheat.
You are loyal.
I'm very loyal. Singa wali bamanyi how loyal I am. Waneka salary increment bandika.
But working with those people, that group has, my God, you mubadde mwena, and someone asobola okubeera newe nagamba naye mwe temuyombamu tewali avaamu. Okay, I mean, right now we're tulabako baluddemu and mukyakolagana when you stage. Teso agamba teba Tindi yayombye ne mulokole oba zizinga yayombye nani. We see you guys working together to bring out a beautiful piece. Mukikola mutya? Buli
family, of course, behind closed doors, buli family will tuyomba. Yes, we'll disagree. But at the end of the day, we have a product to give out there. Okay? So feelings is also cannot take a body and then you give the people their product. That is why you're in that group. The whole essence, the whole mission, the whole vision, you know these things. So Wubango that you cannot stand the heat anymore, it is an open door. Tewali gwe twali tugambye ntino munange tujja kwesiba ko simaya togenda please wotali wobanga toli wo
tugenda kutambula
group ejja kufa no tejja fa. Yeah, yes, let me assure them. So like in any family, of course okuyomba kubeerawo and it's only natural tujja kunyiza ate and you think, you know, whatever you say hurts. Bigambo ebiva mu kamwa wako. That's why they tell you that your mouth, be careful with what you bring out of your mouth. Yeah. So
conflict resolution ebeerete.
Febyaffe babimanyi. Babimanyi.
Find a way.
We always find a way. Yes. We have now become basically family. This is and you know, most of our time. The most expensive thing is time. Yeah. Muntu wakuwa time ye, that is the most, you will never recover that back because time is expensive. Kati tubadde fena all these years. Owulira. Kati omuntu wabanga fine. We see each other how many days a week? 4 days a week. That is even more time than you spend with your own family at home. Your own children and relatives at home. Tuba tufuse family more than actually even family, because you know every dirty thing about me, I know every dirty thing about you.
Wow.
Manyinga bonyiga, manye chikujako, manye how to resolve it with you, you know. So we have learned each other basically.
Wow. Okay. 5-star madness when Mwakajimala.
Yes.
How was it?
It was fantastic. We thank the mighty Lord. Ekyo kintu kikulu nnyo. Abalala bagenda ne bakola ebivulu abantu ne batajja. Ng'abantu balanze, abantu bakoze, batadde mu sente, promoter wuyo ali eri, bajo ali mu konkona wali Abitex Smile ali ku Drive, abantu ne batajja. Olira. But we thank God with even the little coverage we got, and we applaud you, NTV. Mwatutimba wali all throughout, so that was a very fantastic partnership. Techali chamanyi nyo. We didn't have so much of radio, we didn't have so much of any other basically advertising. And the number was so overwhelming. Tufuna abantu, very overwhelming number. From that, I would also like to let you know that people who did not manage to make it to this 5-star, December 25th.
Wow, Christmas
yes,
Day.
Christmas. Abatagala omanyi abantu bakowe ebyalo enaku zino ogenda mu kyalo nga buli kasente bakakujjako. There's always that drunk uncle, there's always so yeah, tugenda abana.
But now Christmas we genda kubera that one same venue over
yes. We are hoping to do quarterly, so we want to do more beginning, middle and end of year. So this time around we're going to give the people what they want. December 25th.
Okay. Comedy muyingiza mu abantu because I see now waliwo abawalanga baabo abato babiri maybe
bali basatu. We have 3 interns, the girls, then one boy, Raj, and then 3 the others are interns. The 4 interns, yes. So we encourage, because banangi kirizagana. Age is a factor, time is a factor. So we will not be on that stage forever. We are not going to be performers forever. You have to step back, go to the background, and be the management. Teach these other ones, these young ones. That's why we have them at the School of Performing Arts. So Bajanga intern. But it would be great for us if they consider, after even their whole session, if they consider and say, you know what, we know how to do this, we can do ABCD. Everybody would want to, but Katonda sometimes abakuwa the talent. Abamucha talent, but others along the way can of course pick. It's not like everybody has the talent, but you slowly know about how the dynamics of the things and you can pick. Okay. So I'd be grateful if we had more young, the younger talent as well, and who feel they can do it. Feel free. We always tell them, please come to the theater. If you feel you can do something with us, come to the theater. Nze nkoye nkadie, by the way, umayogena nosinisa abantu ebinyonga inebizibwe waka bayina na renti simayo waka sisi yakoze biti you get it.
But then I'm so happy about the fact that they don't feel like we are interns and all. You guys make it feel like they are part of that piece that you guys are performing, and that's powerful. But I'm a fan, so better almost every Thursday, and I see many young people in the audience. So your comedy cuts across?
Yes, it does. It cuts across. It's very clean comedy, like you said, very clean. You can watch it with your child, from a little age, your mother, your in-law. There's nothing very insulting. We do not do tribalistic jokes. We do not do sexual jokes. We do not. Basically, we are keeping it clean, family-oriented, clean. I believe that this society needs more of clean things.
It does.
Yeah, it's going to rot. Abana abato enaku zino obala no mugambako it's my life, my rules, my everything. So it's sad that it's a rotting society, and especially the younger generation now. But we hope to keep it clean, and we hope to clean them up by force. Yeah, and you can make jokes without insulting someone. You can make jokes without being sexual. You just have to, patch your thing.
Using comedy as a way of like communicating.
It's more of edutainment. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Tukana kumulamu katono nnyo bwe tukoma mutubulira ani awandika scripts, and I had some days while we're directing, you guys give each other chances to direct and to write the script.
Yes.
Okay. Kai tukana kumulamu katono nnyo tukoma tuvao. Welcome back. This is our third segment where we're going to NTV, Impact TV. Today, Tindi, Veronica, Mustafa, Magambi. She's from the Zinza, tribe in Tanzania. There, I think I'm gonna be actually very close to north of Tanzania, but we are happy to have her in studio. Because they've been to Minjinyo, Yayimbako. She has worked on radio, KFM, for almost like what? 13 years, yes, and Fun Factory for almost 20 years now. Wow. So, ni abawandikira script Tindi.
Tetwina omuntu atwandikira script. It is a collective energy, because jotambulira. Of course, waliwo ebintu byowulira. Waliwo ebintu ebi happeninga. Kebiri mu taxi, kebiri waka, kebiri mu katale. So you cannot fail. Nadaranga, you have that creative mind. You cannot fail ogamba kano ka scenario kasobola kukola story ennungi. So we sit. Of course, what we do is we have one director per week to choose our director, because we want everybody to get a different feel. Nze chikusanyusa as a person is not necessarily what would make me happy. Well. So that's why we change directors. Yes, to give it a variation. So we are not selfish. Dictating. We are not dictating. We are giving people chances to rule. Anyway, so. So anyway, we rotate around with the directors. Tuli abantu 14.
Okay.
So everybody comes up with a story. Jembadde yo, oba jemvudde wange yo, oba like last night nabadde muka fokange kazinza. Abantu nebajja ne boogera ne bakola whatever happens there. You understand? Yeah. So I come, I share it with the director of the week and my other colleagues, because they also chip in to say ate watya olaba ntino kasa watwongeramu kano ne kano ne kano ono nakola bwati na bwati na bwati omulala gamba now that would make a good punchline if I put a punchline like this, like that. So it's collective, and I thank God for that, because techiriko, it's not a one-sided thing. The people that come to see us, my audience, something is different. Yeah, you get something's very different every week, and it's not easy sustaining something like that every week. Or kusesa abantu nga gwo mulimu gwo kusesa. Can you imagine? You're having a bad day.
Sometimes you're having a bad day, and
who wants to know?
Nobody.
Because you decided to join this, and you know what it means. It means that you have to make people laugh. If you're having a bad day, please call the director. Mugambe director sijja kusobola kujja leero bansonyiwe.
Which rarely happens with you guys.
Rarely, but if it does happen, hey, teba kukaka sibyampaka. Sibyampaka.
Okay. Who is the funniest? Who do you think is the funniest in the group?
Who is the funniest? That is a very hard question, because I believe everybody has their own strength. Buli omu asesa mu gundiye. So I cannot pinpoint, but I can say amongst the people that really kill me a lot with the humor, yes, Dixon, Evelyn, And Eva doesn't know that she's funny.
I think
no, Eva doesn't know that she's like hilarious. Not even just funny, she's hilarious. For her, she thinks, when you tell her, Eva, you're hilarious.
Yeah.
But she is hilarious, and it's natural, organic hilarious. So I find Eve very hilarious. I find Simon very hilarious. I just find everybody hilarious. I find Richard. Okay, Richard, I take more science jokes because they're just so geniusly brought out. So yeah, I believe everybody is just strong. Everybody is hilarious in their own capacity, and I can't just tell you this so and so and so and so.
Okay,
I can't.
Do you do improvisation? It
is always improvisation because there's no dialogue that is written. It's just understanding the story. You understand your part. You understand your role. So now it's up to you to show people that you can actually make them laugh with the story that has been given to you. Or you get nenzijukira. Kakati waliwo lumu. Sibageyane. That's what happened. Lumu. Omuchala. 2 girls. Waliwo Caritas omumanyi.
Mujukira.
Ne Lilian Mbabazi omumanyi. Kati bajjana bwaba twagala kuzanya. Please guys, please. Fine, you come. Tubeera nabo mu session yaffe, brainstorming zaffe, net creating our stories. Kati time y'okuperforming ate bajja mbuuza lwaki. Baali balowooza mbu waliwo script gye bagenda okusoma by internalizing by performing. Tubagamba no, it's just improvisation. So it
is not easy. It's not easy. Some people
naffe tubaddeyo for all these years. Oluusi you get stuck. So yeah, because oli kyakasukidde nawe kyolina okubuukirako and somehow find humor in what you're going to say next. But as long as you stick to what the story is all about, teri ate gwolowooza nti no, you're going to come up with your own act and change the story. No. Yes.
Okay. When you guys laugh at your own jokes during performance, I love those moments. I don't know why.
About why we laugh. Checho chembadengezako kugamba ntino. It is improvisation. Gwe already omanyi structure ya story. Naye ebigambo bigenda okuva mu kamwa ka Dickson. Akazizi. Tugamba good Lord. Kati obeche akijewa. And just die. That one walk story up to today, I think that has been the most hilarious thing ever. The Mwami Zizinga che yali angambye ku stage. Katanfi.
Yagamba
bali banonya twali tukola auditions nga Simon anonya muwala wakuwasa yali avudde abroad. So nengenda as one of the contestants. Kati Zizinga yeko kungamba nkwano nyabo olese muwala wo oba tugambye abawala abato oyo omusajja yankola bubi kyokka nali nina kachudre n'omu mu audience nga kanoza nkyali muto baanaye naseka. Dickson ayina empisa embi.
I know, but sometimes the lines get really entertaining and you guys can't.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, kati bana abasinga abali mu audience bwe baba nga tebafunye bulungi joke, how do you guys recover? Because sometimes I see waliwo punchline nga audience egenze naye punchline it kills everyone.
Twewala nnyo ezo punchlines ezirimu a lot of science because not everybody is up to speed with you know, but we try so hard to simplify things. Era n'oyo muntu wabanga tagitegedde really at the end of the day, I'm beginning to doubt their understanding. But it's very rare. It's maybe omuntu olulimi talutegeera. Maybe omuntu maybe Oluganda talutegeera oba Oluswahili talutegedde oba n'akazungu takamanyi. So but it's very, I would say it's very rare. They might not find it maybe hilarious, but you can't say they don't understand it. So we try to avoid complicating jokes. We try to avoid that. People have come to relieve their stress. Bantu bagala seka bagala ebintu bibangwira si bino ate mujje already babadde mu office boss amuvumye emirundi 10 manager ayina olugambo okitegera tabawa peace, so you need to relax, take off your coat, come have your laugh. Dayo waka.
Right.
Yeah.
You're still looking so beautiful, and I don't know what is the secret here?
You're getting so beautiful. Pull it, I'm still beautiful. I'm emotional.
What's happening there? Because ogambi tukuze when we talk stage for tugamba baby abafe, we want to go with that. I don't want you guys to stop at any one point.
Muna chikolera chera namwe muri mu age group ya Fera kuba just
chaba nyumirwa
netukowa ngoma njine mibiri jikowa, and creativity also wakumokura hormones zichuka kana manda ka myaka 10 mabega sike kana manda ka myaka jino Evelyn siyo yatandika katuyo Evelyn aina big boys, she has 4 big boys. So it's not bintu bichuka. Kati ya kali kaino mwana omu katuyo nyingira mbana simanya bameka. So energy levels also no mubiri kwenyini, like honestly speaking no mubiri kwenyini na gogo kowa. That is why but then njogera ku the younger generation. Sanyuka nnyo. Fewe twatandikira by the way abantu batujereganga nnyo. Bantu batuvumanga batuyitanga basiru ddala bakola MDD batuyitanga, you know, the losers, but today people fight. Today people fight because they are seeing the value, they are seeing the change, they are seeing, and I can proudly sit here on NTV and I say I am part of that change. Yeah, people are acknowledging it, people are making money out of it. So change is to have very many comedians, but and so kuja here and there. The only advice that I'm giving these comedians, some of them of course, is to drop what is not necessary, drop insults, drop these political wrangles. Yes, you can do an act on it, but in a subtle way that is not offensive. Make sure that it has a message. And it should always be a positive message. We try. Already the world is there's a lot going on in the world, and then today mukasa. So I'm very happy, and I would want the younger generation, if you feel you have what it takes, you feel wewe kidizam, because we know kidizam fast as a person. Yeah, wewe kidizam jangu ku National Theatre. Kama tino njaga kwogera ko ne whoever or Fun Factory, of course. Well, why not? Twina ba creative directors of a Fun Factory, twina Dixon Zinga, twina Namanda. So you can talk to them and share out or give an act or a stand-up, or you can come and perform with us every Thursday, because we give them chances. We have upcomings all the time. Our upcoming bonabatandikira ku stage yafe. Bano ba already established, but andikira ku stage yafe.
That's good.
So, and we encourage all the time. Never Pablo so why not?
We're going to be clean comedy is the way to go. So not ask what your view is about the comedy industry. You've laid it out all there. Tugere kuyimba Tindi.
Tuongere kuyimba.
You said in one article that President wa Uganda, Gwanga, President Museveni, and Kasime Godi Edi Chigere biba kuwaka inspiration. Inspiration in one article, that's what you said.
Ani yawandika article eyo? Chirabe ko yo muntu yali tanjagala. Anyway, but no, yes, I think it was because I was making a joke about if His Excellency was able to release a song. Who am I? And it was not a song. It was basically talking. A message. It was a poem, but just was talking. So who am I not to have a beat and actually sing? So, but yeah, I've always sang. But we used to do jam session. Jam sessions at the theater and other places. So I would hold a mic and sing along. And people said, oh, you have such a beautiful voice, Tindi. You know, nobody actually always expects me to sound the way I sound. So ningambo, why? Nkubira wao chali kwa twali ku East Africa waliwe mulimu generally nkolera ku East Africa. I was working for the gentleman who was the MD there, Dev Cecil. So nga muvubuka mwali mu production house omwita one.
Okay.
One nagamba, no, I have all the time. Are you sure you want to sing? I said yes. Netuimba yonzi always anaimba zeka. It was a collaboration. It was a collab.
Was that the first song
that was my first recording song.
Okay.
That was with Simon Meskalema.
Is that Come Talk to Me? Or it was another?
Yes, Come Talk to Me. Tukatika neku na KFM bali tebanjagaliza. Ochimendi noze nanyine rimanga tebalukuba.
Right,
even my co-presenter, we were we don't have it in the system.
Raji, are you proud of it?
Very proud of it. Me, I love my babies. I love my babies. I can never kill my babies. I love my babies. So we all have beginnings. We have a journey. And like I was telling you, after today, when Jakuvam rehearsals, of course, is and then later in the evening, I'm meeting up with Mwami Chaga Yaga. We are going to hit the studio. So there's a song we're going to record. Then in future, we had also spoken to Wizo. Yes, Katavani Kangeka Wizo. So yeah. Mutabani wange yadda. I raised that boy basically. Waliko era yafe ya deviate. Since omuto enyo, when I tell you people siri muto muwakana. But anyway, age is just a number.
You had to. But you guys are going to do a collabo. Ni Chaga yo. We cannot wait. Personally, I can't wait. Come talk to me to where Akapera. Come talk to me.
No, always an ebigambo nchabi jukira.
Ani adwandi. Igu ya
Inze ne say muna chabi jukira because I've not sang it. I don't know how long I've even had it. No, it's so fine. Kasanja kubanga ndeta my new songs on NTV mubikobe.
Okay. Let's talk about the challenges.
Yes.
So same personal life. Thinking in 2015 you got an accident. Were you from performing? Were you from what do you?
Nakafuna accidents biri. Soka yali 2006. So I broke my C2 and C4 bone. Chovora want to know what was missing gap sao. Twali nali ngava ku airport. We had escorted a friend of ours. Yali adayo, so on our way back. Unfortunately, we happened to have a head-on collision with another vehicle. Mwafira abantu basatu. So nze ebintu ebimu I'm grateful because nabitamu as a testimony. Kati that was the first accident. Then eyo kulijo gambe eyo era nayo nalina I think there's something wrong with the interview. But something wrong with the airport. Right. Maybe it needed cleansing. So yadako najifuna actually the day before neighbor wange kufa. Around when he was my neighbor opposite. But yeah, so eyo nalimva ku airport still. My car rolled because of course the recklessness of our motorists, the border riders. You dodge here, you try to do that. So nechibawo, but I'm alive, I'm here again. Then
we thank God for your life.
Yes, I do. I'm a cancer survivor. So when I tell you ndiwanu for a reason, well, there's a time when I was singing on social media. I am a cancer survivor and I'm proud. These are my scars to show me that I'm what? I am still here and I'm still loved by God. Yeah. So bingi byempiseemu. Especially
going through that. I'm sorry, can we talk about
yeah, sure.
Okay, how was that whole journey? Because we know obulamu bwokutambuza, we know emirimu egy'okutambuza and all. And then here comes this. Yeah. And you survive it.
Yes, I did. I survived. Yes, God is amazing. I'm very, I tried. I wrote about it. I spoke to people about it, and I think that was the Daily Monitor. Yes. Kurangako interviews, Ninji. Some people would call or come to Monitor publications while you were nalinkolera. Then I just need advice, they need contacts, they need where I went, what I went through, just to see someone. Some just wanted to sit down, chat and tell them it's okay, which I'm very more than willing to share with anyone, because we all deserve, Yes, we have a very terrible health system. I won't lie about that. It's shameful that the health system has to be so expensive and horrible, but the functional ones are functional. You'll find some really functional places, but of course it's like a needle in the but anyway, so yeah, they really need to improve on that, and especially because it's so expensive, and these things, and they're seeing it, and it's doubling. Cancer is getting to these are things we never heard about before. So cancers have a zoom, but now it's even in kids now, you know, little children. So something has to be done. They need to revise. Yeah, they need to revise. Simanyi.
What type of cancer was it?
I had cervical. It was cervical cancer. Yes. And people do not know that cervical cancer ntino abakazi sibe bakola ki? Abasajja bebasiga cervical cancer. Wow. Yes. Which so many people don't know. So no bango and you got treatment and thank God you're healed or whatever. You should always also treat your partner. Yes. It's a two-way. Chiringa go kwe treatinga enziku ate ng'oli treating. Definitely ogenda kuda mufuna enziku.
Of course.
So yeah, it is a two-way.
Okay, and how can these children? Because last week we hosted a doctor from Cancer Institute, and he was advising young girls to always check themselves breast cancer. So
yes, that's what's sad, that we do not have the habit. We, as I'll speak for Ugandans, I don't know about the other Africans, but we as Ugandans, the majority, we don't have that habit of just going and doing checkups. And then we self-medicate a lot. No get to pharmacy, no saba counter drugs. Okay, so the problem starts with us individually, our habits. Yeah, it starts with what we prioritize, because health is very expensive. That we know clearly. You've gone to hospitals and you cough and cough and cough. So it's always, and people getting to stage, like somebody tells you they're already in stage 4 and they have no idea that they have cancer or stage whatever, because we don't do regular checkups. If you love yourself, it's not expensive to go and just do a whole body count. It's not. It's a sentence one, because this is finding out. Nezo zogen spending anga treating.
It's too late sometimes.
Sometimes it's already too late. Yes. But twali to actually tukola gundi. It was one of those things that we had as Monitor. People from Novik, which doing just charity work, forever communal stuff. So that then I know already it's they look ali kumulimu. Already there was a drive there.
And
about.
Meanwhile, you are not feeling any symptoms.
Went. Even the night before, I think so anyway, they took her, and I saw them and said, well, I'm early for work. I have an hour to go. So no, but just to confirm, kindly, if you can go to our head clinic or whatever, then tomorrow, or you can go to Murago, whatever you prefer, whatever you prefer. Just check, double check. So yeah, unfortunately, it was what it was. So imagine seeing nali echo tekyabaawo. And it was just coincidence, I guess. Or it is just God's hand. Of course, everything happens from God's hand. So, but the habit, we need a habit. At least, maybe if you do not want to do every 3 months, 6 months, like in a year, or do quarterly. Just get okay, full, do your full body count, whatever, just chikore. It saves you actually a lot. But because we self-medicate a lot, we do counter drugs and yeah. It's your life anyway. At the end of the day, it's your life. No one is going to tell you how to run your life, but there's some things you can avoid. When you take precaution, there are some things that are very avoidable.
Thank you, Tindi, for that beautiful message. Okay, I'm going to TV and Spark TV. This is what Tindi has talked about and how she, she got treatment and everything. She went, symptoms nazimo. And given the fact that this is a cancer awareness month, and you guys should go to Cancer Institute, and those guys are doing communal checkups and everything. You go there, pass by, it's better to know than to find out later, because most of these things, which are abantu banyumba labe wano badu bechibomba badu bachi ninga byatandika tawulira wadde obulumi. So how about you go there, no batawulira bulumi okebere full body checkup balabe chichi. Okay, love life. Omwami kyali yebale kulabirira oba tugenda kuwummulamu katono Tindi teweebuzabuza. But how has been your love life? How has it been? That what you're comfortable to share, you can share with us.
If it is going to help the economy of this country, I'll share it with you.
Let's take a commercial break. Okay, tugenda kuwummulamu katono tukyali ne Tindi tovaawo. Thank you so much for still keeping it locked on NTV and Spark TV. Program MwasuzeMutya tuline Tindi, Veronica Mustafa. Part of Fun Factory, she's an MC and she was a radio host at KFM. Career your radio by the way, how did you join radio?
Radio, I was actually talent searched for radio because omwami yali HOD wafe, head of department at that time. Yali mwami Peter Kaba, and he was a very good fan of then Theatre Factory. So ndaba naloza I have what it takes because of the diversity in language and the energy. Energy. You will not believe it, but yeah. So
I can believe it's real for real.
Yes. So he asked me to go and see if I'm interested, and then so thank God. And you know how it works, probation here and there. So Bali okay with it, Bali basanyufu, and tada, there I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those
Twala CV, please.
It was just you. Emboozi.
Talent young.
Creativity. Chap.
Zegwe mwajereganga yakola mbusumaya sumazi MDD smile just actress, comedian. I was a radio presenter.
I sure them. Yeah. But those beautiful moments that you remember about radio. What can you share some?
There's so many beautiful moments about radio. Radio was one of those things that every day came so differently, and especially the guests, always you get, these are people you hear about, these are people you watch, but then they're in your vicinity and you're hosting them, and big shots, musicians, name it, CEOs, so it was one of those places that overwhelms you. So every day was just different. Especially the guests. Oh So yeah, beautiful moments were there.
Yeah.
Like anywhere else at work anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Are there people who are sad? Like they have jobs and they're really, really sad?
I know they are there.
Like there are no days of...
Unfortunately, especially the abantu abakola chatayagala maybe chatali passionate about.
Yeah, but I think even those village things, what are they called? Center for they must be depressed. Like really, you don't have anything at your I know, to be very quick.
Okay. Kati ibintu byofunye mu comedy because abantu babadi batusekera by friend we've done MD, those are the people earning money today. Amenetutumu abali aba inspiring abana abalala abato kati tubulireko byofunye mu
bingi ebirungi ebivuddemu my talent and my career at Fun Factory. For starters, omanyi, there's nothing as beautiful as omuntu ayambala suuti n'akeera n'avuga n'agenda mu office ye nga y'amaanyi nnyo alina ne ba bodyguard naye buli bwakulaba gwe Tindi n'aginika ekinnyo n'abeera happy as you are his star. It is beautiful.
It is.
Connections zijja. Life is somehow simplified for you. Not that you're doing things illegally. It could be obogenze ku airport, things are always faster for you. Oboli mu bank, oboli kulai now you are right. Line is you are right. No, so things are always so it twekoleddeko ku erinya. And with okwekolerinya, it comes with some respect. It also comes with depending on the person, depending on the people out there, it comes with its tiny gifts here and there. So that is wonderful. And abasobod, of course, there are those who have made businesses. There are those now, for example, me, I started my own entity, the Zinza Bar. So we buzigawo. So mfunyemo.
What message do you have? Abazadde bagamba tugenda mu bya comedy bya kusaaga.
Abana nga bazimbye amayumba.
I know.
Basitudde zi apartment. Bavuga simayala zenali manyi zino zimpenkoni z'abagundi first family but abana ennaku zino bakola bazivuga. Yes, abamu bazifula ne gundi weddings do whatever every day they have different they choose. Umulala bagenda simaya mu katale for shopping mu mpenko bateka amatooke story you get. So yeah, abana bafunyemu nnyo. And as a parent, you need to understand that most of the times abazadde concentrating nnyo ku academics z'omwana. Nebeerabira nti that not every child is academically okay, you understand. There are those, yes, ne bwakola atya ne bw'omufunira tutor during the holiday no bwokola otya nga ye academically ali challenged. Tekitegeeza nti no talina birala ebirungi byasobola okukola. Find out what your child is good at, what strength jaina awo kwataganira n'abagundi abasomesa because the teachers are with your kids half the time. Yeah. So musomesa so akugamba omwana, by the way, ali very good at football or ali very good at singing or ali very something. There's always something. There's always something. You cannot just be a child nga kwe academics byagana nebyo ebirala extracurricular zagana unless there's
everyone is blessed with talent anyway.
Everybody has something. Yeah. Posing maybe a woman just very happy with your family and clan, but there's always something. You understand?
Yes.
So get to know the strengths of your children, and this is where we go back to what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Be a parent to your child. Then you can be a friend. Now when you're a friend to your child, omwana wajja kugamba kyayagala. And omwana muleke, you know, there's nothing as beautiful as a child nga asobola ku expressinga.
Yeah.
Ng'omwana ali confident. Ng'omwana ajja na ku expressingira. Bino omwana agezaako kola okuba bukubi. When will that child have time to get self-esteem, confidence, ne opening up? That's why you find out that parents these days weekanga nti n'omwana w'emyaka 13 ogenda n'okebera mu bintu bye ngali ku contraceptive because you barely give them time. Yeah. You don't even see them, and you choose not to see. But society, you know,
choose not to see.
They choose not to see, but society, you know, nemugenda nemutimba abaana bamwe ku social media nga bakobya lipstick meka chana kitobwe kiti omutaddemu legging
wigs zikomera
omutaddemu wig simaya million meka. It's a kid I'm talking about. Why don't you let children be children? You understand? Omwana muleka abere omwana. There are so many kids hairstyles that you can put with their natural hair. One otandise okumwocha every video simaya ku myaka ebiri esatu. What for? Yes, I'm not saying that it is right for whatever the people are doing out there to our children, but what I'm saying is that some things are you can prevent them. You understand? Omwana muleka abere omwana. Tomu papia. They have their time
to grow up.
They have their time to grow up. So,
yeah. Social media plays a role.
Oh, social media has played a very, very, very big role because times have changed. You know, things evolve. And I'm very lucky that I'm born in the generation whereby we are transitioning from digital, and I've been in the digital, and I transitioned to this one. So I know what it means to, to evolve. Yes. Yeah. So I know how to treasure certain things and not misuse them. Naekati, of course, we have those that have had it all throughout from, Kati on social media, I think it's supposed to be a good thing.
Yeah.
But people misuse it a lot. A lot. Fine. We all have our rights. We have our freedom to express whatever we feel. We have opinions. But do not bring your ill-intended opinions ku family y'omuntu, ku baana b'omuntu, ku mulimu gw'omuntu, whatever. It doesn't matter. Kitegeera. Opinion yo osobola jiwa nga tuvumye muntu. Opinion yo osobola jiwa nga respectfully. It does not take anything away from you okubeera respectful or okubeera humble. Yeah. If you are in disagreement with me, let's have a one-on-one. Challenge me with facts. Challenge me with whatever. Away from opinions and whatever. Children, parents and their kids, I just don't know. But it's getting crazy. Omuzadde osanga ng'akaana kalina emyaka 8, 9, 10. As I see the TikTok biki abaana b'emyaka 6, 7, 8 bali mu kwevuma n'omuzadde and people are happy. Akaana banange kagezi nnyo kana. Omwana n'ayogera kali sharp. Omwana n'ayogera emyaka 5, emyaka 6 ng'ayogera very heavy content. Adult content. Nga ne omuzadde ali background. Oh my God, my kid is so smart. Oh my God. Ensinga bwe wana. Kid is twerking. You see a kid who is lost, who needs help, or mwana tamanyi whether he's a boy or he's a girl, and the world is applauding him because he needs guidance. You can tell him exactly, and he will tell you exactly what he feels, or you can, but everyone is confusing him. I'm confusing. And he needs help, and this is where these institutions and these other people, because some parents don't care, and all these Facebook warriors and in-laws, they are not going to do anything for you.
Of course.
Tell what agenda kukole oba ogenze mu njagazo oba okoze teri agenda kuyamba. So n'abaana abantu ba heads baffe bano, some things they need to jump into.
Ogambye wina abaana like in adolescent, maybe adolescent stage. Osobola mukiriza nakola ebintu far from maybe engeri gyewamukuzaamu. For example, osookiza omwana nga wa myaka 14, 15 to go in a music video or to do whatever they want. I don't think I'm in that position. I don't think I can let my child do that. That's me. That's you.
Me being a parent to my child.
Yeah.
I have my firstborn, only 19 years old. Okay? And I always tell her, you have a lot of time. You have a lot. You have a lot of time. Yes. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. Abantu ne obalabanga bafa bakufa kunywa kuzishisha kunywa omwenge kukola kintu naye ojja kufa amabala gajja kugenda maaso. Life will continue. Tujja kuteekawo tukulekawo katono tukabemu just weeks nga 3 4 5 and it's only your immediate family that will feel the pinch, but they also forget about you at some point. So there's nothing to be rushed for. Mwana muto ofachi nze yes how I was raised ekyanyamba nze taata wange did not deny me so many things ntya ate his parenting was different. Tino ombuulira where you're going to be, you're going to tell me who you're going to be with, and he's going to give you curfew time. And my father, when I was growing into an adult female, nga tanzikiriza nze tindi okufuluma ngende nsabirize. He would make sure I had money on me, and he would tell you, this is for your transportation in case he can't drop me. This is for your transportation. This is what will feed you. And because abana basinga osanga muzeyi talina kyamugwa already adult nze ayagala kufuluma muko ayina byetaago ayina ba friends, but these are the kids you find nga bali mu kwetegera basajja bakulu because they can't have certain things, just simple things. Simple. So that is where I'm telling you about the parenting and being a friend to your child. Being two, yes, they seem like they're in the same line, but they are slightly different. And
those are some of the values that you hold dear and passing on to the children.
Yes.
Okay. Can you allow omwana omu kubolina abaana bo to follow in your footsteps, to be like?
Oh, my child. Oh, yes, my kids act. The first one and the second one. Omu yaliko mu popi, production ya fidgeto akola, the older one. Then,
that's nice.
Yes. Then my second born, yajja kona performing at theatre, and haka thing went viral. Kaliko get oluzungu. They've sent me for war and that's my daughter.
She's so cute.
Yes.
Thank you for allowing them, with guidance, of course.
Yes.
For allowing them to be, be who they want to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Alwa abantu abazadde mnenga balina that ngabali so strict ate tonze tugubirira ebintu byangu enda kuba musawo. You
have to know where your bread is buttered from. Omanya nti nonna byempita munange si bye byangu ebiryawo. You come and see my footsteps. Yeah.
Okay. Tindi walk stage neno Tindi mu bulamu buli nomo byawukanirawo. Abasasa noyingira bwoti ntogera ntunyumya nogamba, by the way I'm a quiet person. Sometimes basagala kwogera. I'm
a quiet person and people don't seem to
tekayo omukono n'ogutemako.
Guteekayo. Off stage, work is work, of course, but off stage I don't like so get a new chiria. Posing wori mukwano gwange. Nga we have a history and stuff, and I talk too much on stage. Neno mubulamu wange beringa chayogera. No. So but I'm slightly drawn back in normal life. Okay. Which puzzles people. I know that because of the job that I have, they feel that I'm always bubbly as usual. So no, not really.
Okay, if you were given a chance to choose bintu nga bibiri bisatu about the community where you come from, or as a country where you come from, what would it be?
You really want to ask me that question?
I want to.
And you want me to answer that question?
I was prepared for it. You are Tindi.
As Tindi. You want me to answer that question for this country?
Yes.
For this country, I think ngena kukuba kamanga tuvuddewo.
No, okay. For the community, because what do we mean to bigenda man?
The community still under the country.
The traffic officer, I don't know such things. I don't know. Even to society about date.
Those are now the mannerisms we're talking about from your homes. Upbringing. Yes. Yeah. Ne arrivalism. There's so much of arrivalism. Ate abanyachalo bangi nnyo kati baze mu gundi mu city center. Banji. Banji who are not, that's what they call arrivalism.
Right.
Because you can't, somebody who's in a uniform, yeah, and you do that, I mean, you can't. Something's totally wrong with you. Either your background, your upbringing is wrong, or you as a person, you're just an arrogant and you need discipline. No, I got. She's married, eh?
I think so. She looks like it.
Sorry, mister.
What are those things? I mean, to me, you of course, if you get a mass and you look like no gamba na.
Until the cows come back home. I will talk about the health because I've been a victim of that health issue. Amadagara and provision of medicine is not there. Recently, yali neighbor affair, I think about 2 weeks ago, yagenda from one of the hospitals, never go by because they have nothing, and he ended up dying after 2 days because attended dagala de bali basabanga sente mpitirivu atenga taina na sente. So
obuntu obusokerwako obusokerwa easy to access health care.
Thank you. That should be like one of the priorities this country puts first, because health is everything. If I'm not healthy, then what are you ruling? If people are sick, then what are you ruling? Understand? Yeah. Health is first. You're ruling human beings. Human beings need health, because to be healthy is when I can serve you properly. So if you're denying me that, then what? Chovola abantu batandika okubba, abantu bali mu kubba left right center. Buli kimu kikalubye. Ebya health emmere. Kati obanga sina sente. Economy ogirabanga bweri. Ngenda kutandika kubba. N'obubbi bajja kweyongerako. Abantu fine obamenye amaduuka, obamenye small kiosks, bichi. You have not showed them where to go. You have not given them a plan B. Nga lwaki togenda kubeera n'ababbi mu kyalo? Tobalaze gye bagenda okudda. Tobagambye nabagamba plan B yabwe eri ki? Owulira? Naye gw'obagobyewo obugobi buli kimu otwala kirona misana otwala. Baddewa. And Gabolaga sensitize because sometimes not everybody knows how to read, and these days amawulire by the very few people not everybody knows how to read. Not everybody owns a radio. Tinagenda kuwuliza kalangu. People these days are on their phone. People are on Funa, if by influencers, fair way to do, we shall do the work for you. Funa by influencers who can, because people want something to entertain them. Do an entertainment kind of thing. Oba gwa KCCA, oba gwa Ministry of Health, oba gwa achi. Funa ekintu ekina captivating. Remember youth population. Ye kyasinga yo bungi. So funa ekintu omanye. Study your country. You know the biggest population is in the youth. What interests them? What captivates them? Then use those medias. Kozesa ekyo. Bawulirize, sensitize people. Now oli akusanga busai. Twachogera, twachiteka mawulire, twachiteka TV. You're under arrest.
Yeah, you're right. More sensitization. Okay. See, Tindi no laba. Abantu bana abalabibwa ku NTV ne Spark TV baagala okulira nakugambye. Ogenda tuwulire mu luyindi, ogenda kukolera ka skit mu luyindi, olubiri tulweta agoro. Ogenda tukolera ya kantu.
Akayi.
Bagamba ka skit.
Naye bakimanyi nti nonze bansasula. Kati oyagala mukama wange muddewa. Mbu boss tebansasula nze just nakola byange for the sake of.
Basabye ne bagamba Tindi tasobola kuva ku MwasuzeMutya nga takoze yakantu. Either mu lunyako lwa mu luyindi, but me I prefer I think Indian. It's different.
I know my
friend. Great. It's fun.
I know my friend.
Atochikola bulungi.
I know.
So when did you come to Uganda? Did you
I've been in Uganda since
bali manyoga kudda mu India tutandise skit.
Tutandise skit. My friend. My friend, this Uganda is not Ugandan. No.
Why do you say that?
No, something is wrong. I'm in Wester. You know I'm in West?
Yes, I think
you know investing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in Wester in Uganda. But It's been how many years? The man is not. Yes.
But you know, I like it when you act like a kid. I don't know. It's fun.
Naye tukuze era kyebanga abandi nkulirira bali abaana abagamba bajje tukole
abaana bazze dda and I'm glad you people are training even the younger generation ejja. Okay, totuwaddeyo ng'oli abayindi bagambe tuweeyo akantu oyogera mulindi oyogeddeyo sentence bbiri.
But what are the Indian wanting from me? But every time I'm the I'm gonna gum. What? Huh? You coming to National Theatre, I'm acting everything for you. It's only 30,000. I know you are not wanting to invest in Ugandan talent, but you come 30,000. So that is my uncle. He will be there.
So that is my uncle.
Maybe when I would have been the Munna.
I know, right? Nayenga kayimba kwatwadde mu luyendo. Of course, ngatugalawo. Any last words you have for the people? That's beautiful. I masaga lo malenze but I know time is against us. And to weigh your last words or last message to our viewers.
Okay. Well, I'm a very angry Ugandan, I should say. But yeah, everything in place and certain things that are just supposed to be common sense things, given that we have structures and we have it's supposed to be operational. Ate abasinga okola ebikyamu sibe bakwata bano ababbi enkoko biki ne bagikufuula topiki mu kifo ky'okukwata oli. And that's what government. Anyway, so apart from that, for the I will speak more to the youth. For me, I'll speak more to the youth because I believe twetaaga nnyo a lot of guidance for our kids, and I do not know who my cry should go to, but there's a lot of, unfortunately, there's a lot of drugs. Drugs. Ochimanyi okutuuka ku pate ennaku zino pate abaana ze ba throwing. When I'm talking about abaana, I'm talking about 25 and below. Bano ze bakola ennaku zino. N'osanga nga tekuli mwenge naye kuli buli type ya drugs. It is so sad. It is very heartbreaking, and it's now they take this cheap, huh? So just know there's nothing out there in drugs, nothing. It's just killing you for nothing. Toina kyosobola okwekulira, toina. And even travel-wise, you'll be denied so many things. So many things. You'll be denied, and you're also denying yourself certain things. And yet you have futures there to do. You can't think outside the box. Not everything should be white collar. Think outside the box. And we're thinking outside the box, and that's how they're making money. So don't think that white collar jobs is what you need, or drugs is what you need, or sex is what you need, or materialistic things is what you need. No. You're not in place when you are comfortable. If you want the money, you want the cars, you want as long as you can take care of them, you will have. Sort yourself out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tindi. Well, that's a beautiful message. That has been Tindi's journey. What have you learned from it? What have you loved about it? Get in our comment section and do tell us. Okay, kale kamba sibulira no mbagala nnyo ne mukama bankomire.